Ladies and gentlemen, let's not waste any time. Something just happened that no one was prepared for. Not the fans, not the blogs, not the people who watch every move in hip-hop like it's chess, and surprisingly, not even Remy Ma herself. Because this time, it wasn't the usual internet rumor or the typical petty jab that 50 Cent is known for. No, this wasn't a meme, this wasn't shade, this was different. When 50 Cent speaks, most people chuckle. They scroll. They share the post and move on. But this time, he didn't drop a joke, he dropped a bomb. A story so buried, so guarded, so shrouded in mystery and silence that even mentioning it feels like cracking open a vault sealed tight for over a decade. What 50 Cent shared, or rather, implied, is that Remy Ma's time in prison was not what we all thought. That it wasn't just about serving time, keeping her head down, and doing her sentence like a model inmate. According to him, something else went down. Something strategic, something powerful, something dark. And if what he's suggesting turns out to be true, this secret could change everything we think we know about Remy Ma, not just as an artist, but as a figure in hip-hop history. Because according to 50, her prison story isn't about redemption. It's about domination. About the politics of power behind bars. About a silent empire built inside concrete walls. And about one dangerous secret she hoped would never surface. Until now. To understand how deep this story goes, we need to go back. Back to before the prison time. Back to the rise. Remy Ma wasn't just a rapper. She was a force. Straight out of Castle Hill in the Bronx, co-signed by Big Pun, sharpened in the lyrical trenches of the early 2000s battle rap scene. She was raw, hungry, and real. One of the few women in hip-hop who didn't just survive in a male-dominated industry, but dominated in her own right. And she had bars. Her flow was razor-sharp and her presence unmissable. As part of Fat Joe's Terror Squad, Remy brought fire to the legendary track Lean Back, earning a Grammy nomination and respect from even the most skeptical corners of rap culture. But in 2007, everything came to a halt. Remy was arrested for allegedly shooting her close friend, Makita Barnes Joseph, during a dispute over $3,000. It wasn't just a scuffle. It was a headline-dominating, career-pausing, courtroom-documented shooting. The incident happened in the meatpacking district of Manhattan, not exactly the place you'd expect a violent confrontation from a rising star. But the fallout was immediate. The trial was intense. The conviction came fast. She was sentenced to 8 years in prison and ended up serving 6 of them at Bedford Hills Correctional Facility, one of the most secure women's prisons in New York. This wasn't a DUI. This wasn't a possession charge. This was serious. And it changed the trajectory of her life. Now fast forward to today, 50 Cent, ever the provocateur, pops up online with cryptic comments about Remy Ma's time inside. At first, people laughed. It's 50, right? The same guy who mocks his own son, turns bankruptcy court into performance art, and creates viral beefs like most people create playlists. But as he kept talking, the tone shifted, because what he said didn't sound like trolling. It sounded like a warning, like he knew something, like he was daring the truth to come out. According to 50, Remy Ma didn't just serve her time. She ruled it. Behind the scenes, according to him, there was an entire structure, a hierarchy among inmates that operated like a criminal syndicate. He described a mysterious alliance of 4 influential inmates, all high-profile or well-connected, who quietly controlled the prison's underbelly. He called it the High Table. Sounds like a movie? Yeah, but 50 insisted it was very real. And at the center of it, Remy Ma. Her role, he claimed, was communications. Not just writing letters. Not just sneaking in phones. We're talking control over the flow of information. Incoming and outgoing. Phones. Messages. Coded conversations. Even whispers about guard manipulation. If this was a chessboard, Remy wasn't a pawn. She was the queen, and she allegedly knew how to move in silence. Then came the twist no one expected, the part that turned this from a wild prison rumor into something darker. According to 50 and unnamed sources, he hinted at one of the women allegedly part of this so-called high table. She disappeared, not in a dramatic missing person kind of way, but bureaucratically, quietly, silently. Her records were allegedly redacted, her transfer was off the books, and no one could find a trace of what happened to her. The theory? She crossed the line, and someone made a call. That's when whispers began to spread. Did Remy Ma have something to do with her disappearance? Was this a warning shot? A power play? A cleanup job? No one knows for sure, or maybe, more truthfully, no one wants to know. But one former inmate allegedly reached out to 50 anonymously with a chilling statement. Remy wasn't locked up. The prison was locked in with her. That line turned heads. It sounded less like a metaphor and more like a confession. A glimpse into a side of Remy Ma the world has never seen and maybe was never meant to. Outside prison walls, a different Remy was being constructed. Her team worked hard to push the narrative of growth, redemption, transformation. And to be fair, she played the part well. Upon her release, Remy returned to music with clarity, fire, and maturity. She reconciled with Fat Joe. She married rapper Papoose in a love story the media adored. She landed a seat on Love and Hip Hop. She re-entered the spotlight and she owned it. She became the symbol of a second chance done right. But if what 50 is implying has even a sliver of truth, then that carefully curated image, it's hiding something much colder underneath. Because according to him, there's an incident that Remy never wanted the public to know about, an event buried deep in Cell Block C. He even teased it with a chilling message. Y'all rooting for her? That's cool. But wait till y'all hear what really happened in Cell Block C. That one sentence lit the internet on fire. Within hours, the internet did what it does best, investigate. Reddit threads sprang up overnight. YouTubers started dissecting Bedford Hill's layout. People searched old inmate rosters, dug into sealed court records, and tried to figure out just what happened during those 6 years Remy served. Because according to whispers from behind the scenes, there was an incident in 2011 that got quietly buried. A brawl, a guard injured, a lockdown. One woman was allegedly rushed to medical. Another, the one from the high table, was gone by morning. Transferred, disappeared, and no formal charges were ever filed. According to the theory, Remy Ma was involved, directly or indirectly. And the reason nothing happened to her? The paperwork was sealed. The investigation was silenced. And someone at the top decided it was best left buried. Why? Because Remy wasn't just an inmate. She was a brand, a name, a ticking PR bomb that nobody wanted to deal with. So then we ask, why now? Why is 50 Cent bringing this up after all these years? Is it just another marketing ploy? Is it revenge for something Remy said in an interview? Or is there a deeper reason? Some fans believe 50 got access to a confidential report. A leak, something real, something official. And in true 50 fashion, instead of handing it to TMZ, he's using it like a fishing line, letting it dangle until someone bites. And that's exactly what's happening. Each cryptic post, each vague reference, each meme is drawing the public deeper into the mystery. He's not giving away the full picture, just enough to make the rest of us go hunting. So here we are, a decade-old prison stint that was supposed to be over. A story we thought we knew, and one man, 50 Cent, dropping breadcrumbs that lead into a maze of rumors, theories, and dark allegations. If even a fraction of what's being suggested is true, then we're not just talking about an inmate with street cred. We're talking about someone who allegedly built and ran a silent empire inside a maximum security prison and made it out untouched. But if it's not true, if this is all smoke and mirrors, if this is just 50 being 50, then it raises even more questions about the power of narrative and how easily someone's past can be weaponized for clicks. So, what do you believe? Is Remy Ma a reformed queen who paid her debt to society and moved on with grace? Or is there a side to her story we were never supposed to hear? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and as always, subscribe if you want the truth that lies beneath the headlines. Because in the world of hip-hop, sometimes the most dangerous stories are the ones no one wants to tell.